Global Sports Talk Worldwide with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. Now, we got to talk about the second biggest story in boxing, as far as I'm concerned. The biggest one has to be our heavyweight champions, Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury. Their second fight, something shady there. We all know it. And with something, we were waiting for something to come out there. Me personally, well, I would like to see lawsuits. Speaking of lawsuits, it just gets go. That's the bridge to what I'm about to talk about. The second biggest story in boxing, in my opinion, here is what the hell was Canelo gonna do, right? We were talking all when it was July and when it was June. He gonna fight on the Mexican holiday and who it's gonna be, and we know who it ain't gonna be, right? Like it wasn't last year, so we couldn't get an undisputed fight last year, and it had to be Kovalev in November. All those things just keep happening all over again, and then it's just Canelo, dude. So it is what it is. So let me tell you what's up with Canelo. Canelo basically has filed a lawsuit, right, against Golden Boy Promotion. That's him and Oscar De La Hoya and them. Told you they would been arguing against Golden Boy Promotion and his broadcaster, DAZN. That's bad news for DAZN because they just have been getting bad news all over the place. But DAZN, he's filed a lawsuit, and he's saying, and I put some articles in the description box, and he was saying, look, man, I'm number one pound for pound. I ain't scared of nobody, but I haven't been able to fight. Y'all got me basically on the shelf and want me to, take half the money and whatever, right? Like they stopping him from fighting. And now we know that the zone had already said, listen, homie, all we ask for the 365 million we giving you, the biggest contract in history, all we're asking is for one tough fight a year. One high profile fight a year. Basically, what is that saying? It's saying the other one you can do whatever the hell you want to. You're supposed to fight on your Mexican holidays. All those things are there for him to fight on his Mexican holidays. And that's been shaky because he was doped. He couldn't make one or two of them because of the doping issue. And then, and then he ain't fighting in September because it was Andre for Undisputed, so he wasn't going to do that. So we got November. He ain't fighting on them dates. And can I get somebody easy on them dates? And if not, then I ain't fighting. So there, you have it going back and forth, right? With him and DAZN. So DAZN, I just think that bottom line is like, me and many were saying when we heard about that contract. Listen, DAZN, if y'all don't put no stipulations in there in the contract saying y'all just gonna give this guy 365 million, tell him he can fight who he want to, and it could possibly be because if you watch Golovkin, who got a good deal too, Gennady Golovkin, he can just say, I'm hell bent on fighting Zamareta. When I got mandated to fight Charlo, I ain't fighting Charlo. I just ain't, right? I'm not aren't. I'm not. Ain't. He ain't fighting Charlo. These guys, Canelo and Gennady Golovkin, keep telling the zone what they're gonna do. Like they pay him the zone. That's what it sounds like. The zone forgot they're the boss, and neither one of these guys is as big as people keep saying they are. Right? The boxing community don't respect Gennady Golovkin as the top tier fighter. I'm not saying that the normal pedestrian or civilian gonna walk up on Gennady Golovkin and talk about he gonna beat him up. And that's what we're saying. We're talking about when you talk about the very best boxers, those top 10 pound for pound. Ain't nobody think Golovkin's in there, right? Really don't, nobody really think Canelo's in that top five, right? If you're not a real big diehard Canelo fan, people know about the people they won't fight. So the zone was only talking about Canelo and Gennady Golovkin, but I know, in the back, they were talking about Andre for sure because they signed Andre extra to make sure that we got another one that he can fight, and he's a champ. So for people who are going to say, well, Canelo should sue and this and that, right? He should sue. Make sure you understand something. Why don't you write an email to the Zone or Golden Boy and say, will we be at this impasse if he would have fought Charlo? Will we be at this impasse if he would have fought Andrade? Would you guys be okay with that? And you will going to get an email with a resounding hell effing yeah. That's probably exactly what they would write you back if you wrote the zone. Hey, the zone, what if he would have fought Andre? Would you have been okay with that? And mark my words, you'll get a hell effing yeah from some kind of executive who probably normally doesn't say effing, but he's gonna say effing on there, and it's gonna be all capital letters. If you say ask about Charlo or Andre, everybody with common sense understands that. Now, the people that are in the internet writing stuff are either extremely something's wrong with them or they're being paid. You can't be the very best and don't fight nobody. That's hard. When your own promotion company is upset, they're irked with him because it's constantly going on. You can do one, you can have a cherry pick here or there, and then the network coming in throwing around money, right? But come on, guy, you gotta fight somebody so we can recoup our money, right? Let me just say something. When Golden Boy, because Nub been talking, right? He's out there. You'll see his tweet and everything like that. But make sure this is clear. I don't know if you want Golden Boy or Oscar De La Hoya to come out and say what's irking him straight up. Because see, make sure this is clear. Promoters have their promoter hat on, right? That's why I don't understand why we say we hate this promoter, we hate this promoter. We're going on Eddie Hearn all the time because he seems to talk a lot. Eddie Hearn, blah blah blah. And I'm like, well, Eddie Hearn, I don't like things he say, this and that. But Eddie Hearn ain't bad. He's a promoter. What promoter? Ask yourself this: what promoter do you like ever? We can go way back to the Don Kings and Bob Arams of the world. What promoter have you ever liked? I didn't say advisor, so you can't use it. What promoter have you ever liked? So we don't never like any promoters. So Oscar De La Hoya has been drilled. He understands what he can say and what he cannot say about Canelo. But you suing me now. So I might let the cat out of the bag of what's really been going on. What's really been going on is this. Damn it, fight one of these two dudes, man. What the hell's wrong with you? And that's what happened. And that's why all of this is going on. All of it. Two brothers. One from Texas, one from Rhode Island. That is the whole thing here. Boy, we got all of this mess because they're trying to force him. Like, could you fight one of these dudes? And then we can go up to other divisions and talk about Caleb's Plants and the David Benavidez of the world, and go way up to light heavyweight and talk about Beterbiev, right? We can talk about them too, but those are new opponents that he don't want to fight. We're talking about the ones that's been there every step of the way. Like every single step of the way. 154, hey, what's up? Me, Charlo Andre. Hey, 155, don't worry, we can do that. Hey, 160, we're right here, baby. I'm going up to 168, no problem, we can do that too. You know what I'm saying? Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. So it's very interesting. Let's see what happens with Canelo with this because, basically, people like me, we're done. Right? But I've been done for a while. But I just think that what has to happen to the man is simply something like losing this lawsuit, truth to come out. So he has to be embarrassed so he can understand, hey, I do have to do something. Listen, Frankenstein is not the monster. Make sure I say that when I'm talking about anybody. Frankenstein is not the monster. When I was little, I used to think it was the monster. It's the guy who made the monster. So we have a Canelo, we have a Trump, we have people like that. They've been made. If you would have stopped it from stop, being when Canelo goes on the internet and sees there's many people saying it's okay to do what you want to do, and then if people mention Floyd Mayweather, which is so blasphemous that I won't even go there, right? Um, then he's going to continue to do this. If it would have been embarrassing from him from jump, this would have never happened. Same thing with Trump. It would have been embarrassing. They bring your ass out the White House in handcuffs or something, or damn near. Then all this other stuff wouldn't have happened. He would have been impeached, and then he would have been out of the White House, or he would have learned from something. But he looks over there and the senators and say, "Hey, they got my back no matter what I do, so I might as well continue." That's what a dictatorship is. But that's what happened to Canelo. If you guys continue to come in here and tell him it's okay to do that, right? Actually, something's wrong with you, and that transfers to him. Then, damn it, why do I have to fight somebody hard when I don't, and I'm still number one pound for pound? And who's my biggest win? I said it yesterday. Is Daniel Jacobs. Every other one has been kind of close and tainted and stuff like that. Where I was heavier than the guys on funny weight divisions and doped and all these things that we keep saying. Well, that some of these things that happened to Canelo, if they would have happened to other boxers, like one of them, like double clenbuterol, that boxer would be having a whole bunch of problems, right? He wouldn't be so beloved. So Lord, whatever, man. It's just that news right there is not so breathtaking or whatever because you've seen it coming, right? So you've seen it coming. It's just for me, it's just pitiful that we let it get that far. They should have been, when you're about to give somebody 365 million, you're not supposed to be leaving the room and everybody's not sure and everybody's not on the same page. Not for 365 million, unless you my man Amazon dude or something, then it's okay. But if you're a normal, a normal, I can't think of the name, mortal, then 365 million hurt. And you giving that to somebody, then everybody leaving the room got to know exactly what the hell's going on. And obviously that's not the case. So we keep an eye on it, but that was huge. Canelo Alvarez is about to sue not only the zone, but Golden Boy Promotions as well. And that divorce can be very, very interesting. Watch when the Golden Boy mess around and answers, then it's gonna really get funky. Let's see what happens. Doma Sports Talk Worldwide, and I'm up out of here, y'all.